There's another fantastic question here from Billy Zoggs on YouTube. It says, big payouts usually cut out the fun. When do you know if the win and the tow money is appropriate? And I would honestly say that if a racer, listen, and there's exceptions to the rule, but I think that you have to go into these things knowing that it's got to be more than the money. The money is a part of it. It's an ingredient, but it will not. We've seen it happen before. There have been major payouts thrown out for a variety of different drag races that have unfortunately fallen flat. And it's because you have to tick a lot of boxes. I've experienced it personally, right? You have to provide as much value to racers. I mean, if we're talking about racers specifically, you have to provide as much value as possible. And there's a lot of ways to do that. I mean, one of the ways that we do it at the World Series of Pro Mod is that we build in testing that's complimentary for our invited drivers. And that's something that really resonates with those folks because they know they're going to get to come in and run the wheels off this stuff for 2 or 3, 4 days before they start racing for $100,000.
Yeah, and get to test on this surface where they're going to race for 100,000, and get to test in the conditions that they're going to race in.
Shake down their new combo. I talked to a top sportsman racer this morning that said,
but there's no evidence to prove that payouts hurt the events. I mean, since I've been involved in drag racing, I've only increased payouts of almost every single thing that we do across the board. And those have been our most successful events, and we've moved the needle on all of those events because, if you enjoy drag racing, then clearly you enjoy competition. And what makes the competition better? The prize. The bigger the prize, the better the competition, right? We saw at World Series of Pro Mod, those guys raced at heavier weights than they raced all year, and they ran just as good and some better than they ran all year. Why do you think that is?
Yeah.
Because they were racing for $100,000, and I mean, what comes with that when you are racing for $100,000? And I think Spencer made a comment similar to what I'm saying at when we talked at the press conference. Yeah, it's not even. It gets to a point where it's not even about the money. It's just about saying I won the World Series of Pro Mod. The money's awesome, but I won the World Series of Pro Mod. And how do you create that? You create that by making the prize such a big deal that if you win it, that is a prize in itself.